Hello everyone, welcome back to Sports Khabri. I'm Rahul and we're here to discuss our top three takeaways from India's opening AFC Asian Cup clash against Australia. Well, it was an interesting game. India defended really well in the first half, but unfortunately, we didn't really provide an attacking threat in the second and eventually lost this game 2-0. It could have been worse. In hindsight, we could have sort of gone the entire game without conceding had that error not have come. But anyways, these are things that we speak about in hindsight and anything that could have happened on the day. But eventually, we did lose 2-0. And let's talk about the result. So, the first thing that I think we need to sort of improve is to provide an attacking threat in these games. We saw against Australia that the only chance that we really created throughout the entire game was Sunil Chetri's header that went wide. Apart from that, I don't really remember India getting into the attacking third much and really contributing as an attacking force in this game. And that will sort of be an issue if we continue in the same form against Uzbekistan and Syria, because these sides, if they keep getting chances and if they keep getting at you, the pressure will mount and we will eventually crumble. That's what we see a lot of times in football. It's very hard for a side to sort of sustain pressure for the entire 90. You need to have at least a few moments of your own to break that rhythm, to break that pattern, to gain some control over the game. And yeah, India need to do that against Uzbekistan. Now, at number two, taking certain risks. We need to start taking a few more risks at the back in terms of playing out at least. Well, we don't have to do this all the time. We don't have to go gun ho and attack, but there are some risks that we'll have to take. We'll have to play those balls into the midfield. Allow Apuya, Suresh, these guys to get on the ball and try to create something. Allow them a few seconds on the ball. Let them spray it wide to the wingers. Let them find a pass. If we don't get it into the feet of our midfielders, we are not going to create much. And it's important that we do this to sort of, keep the game ticking and give ourselves a chance of going on the attacking front. Now, we didn't see much of Apuya, much of Suresh. They were barely in the game. They barely had the ball against Australia. Hopefully that changes against Uzbekistan. And even if Kochi Gostimac wants to sort of sit back and soak some of the pressure, we still need to have some moments of our own. And for that, we need this sort of risk-taking ability in our backline, in our midfield. And yeah, that's the only way we're going to go ahead in this competition. At number one, of course, it is the fullbacks. I think India have a sort of pattern. They like to play out from the centre backs, get it out wide to the fullbacks. And what the fullbacks then do with the ball becomes very important. Are they going to look for the winger? Are they going to sort of go long over the opposition fullback into the wingers? This sort of chemistry between the fullbacks and the wingers is going to be very important, because I think that's what will sort of dictate where India goes in this tournament as well. Apart from the midfielders getting on the ball, this is going to be a very, very important facet of India's sort of gameplay in this upcoming sort of couple of games. So you've got Vishesh Bose on the left or Akash Mishra on the left. You've got Nikhil Pujari on the right. The idea would be to sort of not change the wingers way too much, because then there's sort of chemistry that is developed between the fullbacks and the wingers. But hopefully in training, these guys have done enough, seen enough of each other to build that bond, to build that relationship, to know when the run is coming and when it's not. These wide areas are going to be very, very important for India's success. These are the sort of generic takeaways that I had, at least as an Indian football fan. And I think there are some more technical things that we could talk about. But yeah, I thought we'd just keep it generic and discuss some of these things that we should be doing better. And if we do sort of do at least a bit of what we've discussed, I think India has a good chance of getting a result against Uzbekistan, getting a result then against Syria, and who knows, potentially qualifying.